ahead and start my recording up here. This happens while Eugene is asleep. The dream that ends up transpiring, the nightmarish, hellish landscape that's happening in Potman's mind, sort of like the warring, basically through like desiccation or Dr. Knight, whoever the fuck is happening, pretty much takes its deepest, darkest turn yet. The nightmares that have been slowly progressing have been pitching all manners of horrific things at Potman, perhaps a testing quality to the nightmares to see what Eugene is afraid of the most, and how he responds to these situations. I've laid back from describing most of them except for the first two, because I figured you would have a better idea of what your character would be afraid of and best respond to.
Yeah, for him it tends to be about things going from bad to worse. Sure. Every time he thinks that they're at their worst, something worse still happens. Featuring prominently would probably be things like being attacked by a zombie version of his grandmother, or being forced to consume his own limbs in order to not starve, that kind of thing.
So, how would Potman respond if, say that we'll end up putting him back in Granny's trailer again. We'll say it ends up the nightmare immediately begins picking off right there. The hole, there's still a hole in it from wherever it was peeled open ever so long ago, revealing the crimson sky above, almost as if it's been scorched. He is alone, except for the crumpled body of his grandmother that's on the floor where one nightmare ago Dr. Franklin Knight shot her dead.
All right. He will rush over to her.
Okay.
Asking if she's okay.
Let's see here. Granny, in this case, does appear to be dead. We'll say that in this dreamscape nightmare, her chest has been perforated with bullets, and Potman's medical knowledge would reveal that her heart has stopped.
All right. He'll start trying against all hope to do CPR. Okay. Probably crying and desperately screaming.
Sure. All right. With that happening, it takes a few minutes in this desperation and crying. Potman will see that golden script flowing in front of his eyes again, embedded, and say, "You could have saved her."
No, not this, please.
You left her to die.
She told me to go.
Then why didn't you stand up for her?
I tried to, but she said to go.
And you didn't stand up for her. Didn't you see that she was afraid of holding you back?
I tried to take her with me.
No, you didn't.
It's not like that.
It is, and now she is like all of the others, and Granny's body begins to move beneath Eugene's hands. Only blackened veins have slowly spread up her old arms, and beneath the Hubble telescope lenses are gleaming golden eyes.
No. Potman stands up quickly, taking a few clumsy, stumbling steps backward.
Okay. Desiccation writes, "Oh yes, she is undoubtedly one of them. How could she have survived?"
No, she can take care of herself. She's better at it than I am.
Granny's body slowly rises. "And you've seen how people far better trained and far better equipped could easily fail."
No, I'd be the one holding her back. I couldn't help.
Granny finishes rising, and she begins to slowly shuffle towards Eugene. Towards you. Potman, as he's... go ahead.
He was going to start slowly backing towards the front door.
As you slowly start backing up, you end up hitting the table that ends up being that ends up in Granny's room, like the dining table where everyone sit and eat. And your hand comes across one of the knives that was on the table. The flowing script writes on your eyes, "What, are you just going to leave her there to eat others?"
Potman's going to look down at the knife.
Knife is strong, very sturdy, almost like one of the steak knives that you could easily hurt someone with quite badly. Are you going to leave her again when she needs you, the flowing script writes? Or are you going to abandon her again to this torment?
There's got to be a better way.
Have you found a cure for the deathless?
How come you're still walking around, still talking?
There is no response, other than it's almost like an emoticon of like laughter that's like written in the same golden script on Eugene's eyes. Granny is still shuffling slowly towards Eugene. Too scared to help her in life, too scared to free her in death.
He's going to start stumbling around to the other side of the table, grabbing the knife on the way.
Okay. Don't tell me you're afraid to help her at this moment when you said you would do everything you could, Eugene.
What if it wouldn't help? What if she could get better? Start thinking, start talking again.
Really? And what are you going to do? Chain her up? Feed her people? Is that what you would do to preserve her life?
I don't know.
I can see you're having trouble. The golden script pauses. What if I told you that there was a way, even if she had been returned, to restore her intellect?
What? How?
What if I told you that death wasn't just death? You have seen me. I am the deathless, eternal. And I still have everything and more.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say, Eugene, is that things aren't always what they seem, and when you stop running and start taking decisive action, the world will open up to you, as it did to me.
Potman will just sort of stand there, stunned for a second, sort of reeling. And then grit his teeth, turn to his granny, and thinking of all of the times that she'd told him to stand up or grow a spine or be a man. He'll finish her off.
Okay. As Eugene plunges the knife in, it's almost as if the nightmare world cracks around him. Crimson fissures form into not just the walls, but the very fabric of the world around him. And it's almost as if it shatters him out of the dream itself. He finds himself very quickly, and I will limit this in brief description for the others. It's still very much at early morning. He is not in the med bay. He is kneeling in what appears to be a bedroom, and there is a warm body below him and a knife in his hands, plunged into someone's chest.
Oh, shit.
Looking up, it's Crash's face.
Is he dead?
He is dead. In sleep, you appear to have gotten him right in the heart, with a hand clasped right over his mouth.
And that's when Potman starts screaming.
Okay. We'll go ahead and end this call in and bring the entire group back.